Donald Trump began his Las Vegas rally Wednesday afternoon by parading 14 of the Miracle on Ice 1980 Winter Olympics ice hockey team on stage on the eve of the 40th anniversary of their shocking win.
"We have some very special people and we celebrate one of the greatest moments in the history of sports. Some people say it was the single greatest moment in the history of sports. It was called, the Miracle on Ice," Trump lauded before naming the team members and bringing them all on stage.
The moment opened a raucous rally, which also saw him double down on his attack on the Oscars for making South Korean move Parasite the Best Picture, saying it was a foreign film.
Trump revealed his support from the Miracle on Ice heroes to a cheering crowd at the Las Vegas Convention Center, some of whom had joined the line the previous day.
Nevada is claimed by Republicans as a target and Trump claimed he will win it in a landslide, but the real reason for him being there was to counter-program the Democratic caucuses taking place Saturday.
The unveiling of the Miracle on Ice team, with Captain Mike Eruzione center stage, as Trump supporters had not been announced in advance.
Their story became a symbol of American inspiration after the underdog team beat the USSR at the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, New York during the height of the Cold War.
"Do you remember that? That was when the Russians had a team assembled that was, probably, they say, maybe the greatest team ever assembled," the president continued.
Scroll down for video.
Tomorrow marks the 40 years since the United States men's hockey team defeated then Soviet Union team in the 1980 Olympics. Incredible, that was incredible. Most of you remember that. I'm looking now, we've got a lot of young ones, but we've got a lot of people that remember that, Trump said to a crowd of mostly older supporters.
After all 14 of the 18 team members attending the rally were up on stage, all in red hats, Trump told them to look at the media.
"Hey Mike, look at the fake news back there. It's a lot," he said, likening the press to the Hollywood movie industry as he spoke to Eruzione.
"I always say, that's like the Academy Awards used to be," he continued.
"This year we had a movie. They said, best movie. They announced a movie from South Korea. I said, what's that all about?
Look, I get along great with South Korea. But you know, I've never seen that one before," he said, admitting he had not seen 2019's best film.
Trump then complained that there used to be separate categories for Best Foreign Movie and Best Picture.
"They used to call it Best Foreign Movie, but now we do it that way. I don't get it," Trump said.
That was a double down on his first outing for the attack at Wednesday Colorado Springs rally, which was met by Parasite's makers.
He then praised himself for participating in talks to bring back the Olympics to the U.S. in 2028, which he did during talks in Los Angeles during his rare 4-day campaign swing through the West Coast this week.
"And by the way, we got the Olympics coming back," Trump boasted to a cheering crowd. "Coming to Los Angeles.
Thank you, President Trump," he said of himself. "Thank you very much. Thank you, President Trump. 8 years. 8 years 2028.
The president then claimed that he would not be invited to the Olympics by whoever is president by that time, asserting he would likely be shut out of the event he takes responsibility for securing for the U.S.
Trump also bashed his predecessor, Barack Obama, insisting the former president wasn't interested in bringing the Olympics to America, and claiming he had to get involved in helping when he was still president-elect.
"We worked with the mayor of Los Angeles. He was great. He called up and we gave him a lot of help. I was president-elect then because the president didn't want to get involved. He didn't want to get involved in getting the Olympics. So they called me," Trump said.
The rally was his third in a row and, like all of them, featured a crowd who got in line early.
They were kept entertained not just by Trump-Elvis, real name Jeff Stanulus, holding an Elvis-themed Donald Trump doll, but by a Kim Jong-un impersonator who shouted at waiting fans that the president is a great dictator while brandishing an inflatable little rocket.
Elvis made it into the building, continuing the show outside the main convention center hall, but Kim did not.
The stop in Nevada was part of a rare 4-day campaign swing through the West Coast.
During the trip, the president held a fundraiser in California, participated in a prisoner graduation ceremony, and held a Phoenix rally on Wednesday, Colorado Springs rally Thursday, and finally one in Las Vegas Convention Center.
The rally was held on the eve of the Nevada caucuses, only the third Democratic primary contest in the nation.
The president continued his momentum off his previous two rallies, railing against potential general election rivals and slamming Democrats and culture war enemies on a myriad of issues, including the Academy Awards bestowing Best Picture Oscar to South Korean film Parasite.
While the site of the rally location was more unconventional for the president, with makeshift risers brought into an open room in a convention center room rather than a sports or entertainment venue with a stadium full of seats and bleachers. Most
of the area was standing room only, and many attendees even gathered around and behind the press pen into an overflow area.
Trump lost Nevada in 2016 with 45.5% of the vote to Hillary Clinton's 47.9%.
The only two counties that went blue, however, were the ones that encompass Las Vegas and Reno, the largest cities in the state.
The president is trying to gain those few percentage points to take Nevada's 6 electoral college votes in November.
Democrats are also vying for support in the state as they continue to campaign up until the caucuses Saturday.
Many of the 8 remaining candidates arrived for the debate Wednesday and stayed through the weekend.
Some candidates especially are trying to gain back their energy in the state after less than satisfactory performances in the first 2 early primary contest states.
Joe Biden, who remained the national frontrunner throughout the primary campaign, walked away from Iowa in 4th place and came in a shocking 5th place in New Hampshire.
Moderates Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar performed surprisingly well in the 2 states.
But both Iowa and New Hampshire are more than 90% white, and some candidates, like Joe Biden, claim they will do better in more diverse states like Nevada and South Carolina, the second primary election state, where voters will cast their ballots next Saturday.
Even though Trump is not facing any significant primary challenges, he has still touted his wins in Iowa and New Hampshire, especially after Democrats struggled to get the Iowa results out following a malfunction in the app intended for reporting results.